Good morning, everybody. Tallinn is calling. We are very happy to welcome you from Estonian Business School Tallinn branch. Nevertheless, we have an excellent branch in Helsinki as well. I am Marge Sassi.
Alina, Surkova, yes, yes, we're very glad to see you today. Morning.
Good morning. And we were asked to tell you what's the life looks like after Corona. Nevertheless, we chose a more direct or more focused approach to tell you what changes in international marketing during and after COVID-19. So, but to start with, Alina, would you be so kind and tell us what marketing is about? As most of us might think that when there is a good product or good service, no marketing is needed, right?
Yes, I know this is a very common way of thinking about marketing, and yes, absolutely. So let's try to think what is actually marketing about and why it is so essential. I am a big marketing fan, so from the very beginning, yes, I'm the one who's actually thinking that marketing is the head of everything, because basically from the very first draft of your idea till the very, very last point when your company is becoming successful, what you need is marketing. Not only, of course, but the good marketer, the good head of the marketing is actually the person who merges. He is like a orchestra, how it is called? Yes, yeah, I mean, yes, so he is the one who has to assemble, collect, analyze, and digest the information from all the departments of the company, from the finance department, from the sales department, and everything. He has to digest, analyze it, and at the very end create the strategy for the company. So yes, if you have a good product, but you don't have marketing, you don't have advertising, you don't have a strategy, people might not actually understand your unique value proposition. They might not even see your product. They might not even decide to try it. Yes. So this is what is basically marketing about. So without marketing, many businesses would actually fail to exist. Yes, everything from analysis, advertising, promotion, price, and place. This is all about the marketing strategy. That's why it is so important.
Okay, and it's good to hear you mentioning that marketing is the head, as you have yourself worked as the head of marketing. So it's
right.
perfectly synchronized approach. Nevertheless, as you said, that marketing is essential for survival.
Yes.
Most probably, it's most relevant today when many businesses are fighting for survival. So basically, we may conclude that the role of the marketing is even growing today.
Yes, absolutely. During the pandemic times, basically the forces of the market, the forces of the global economy is changing. So some, let's say, maybe it's not very polite, but some weak companies are dying, not because of their own wish, but because of these hard times. And there are some free places that are becoming available. So, and the companies, the startups that have really good marketing vision, they are the one to win this battle, basically. Yes, it is true.
As you already mentioned, global marketing. So what is it, what makes international, or as you called, global marketing different? Why should we bother?
Okay, yes. I will not go into super much details because the topic is huge, but I would love to elaborate, yes, a little bit what is actually the difference between this international marketing and marketing. And we also mentioned in the title about the digital marketing. So there are a ton of types of marketing, it's like ton of it. And depending on the type of the company that you apply marketing, depending on the type of company operational activity you apply marketing, there are different types of marketing basically for everything. So if we go from the very big picture to the small one, then we can say that yes, there is this big definition of marketing, which is, as you can see on the slide, it's actually the management process. So the marketer is a top-level manager, basically. So marketing is a management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customer requirements profitably for the company. So this is the core. And then when we go to the level a little bit below, then we can see that marketing basically from the point of view of the localization can be applied either in the local country, local market where the company operates, or it can be applied under other country, or actually globally, the so-called companies that was born to be global. Yeah. So this is the international marketing. When you're operating, it's also known as a global market. When you operate on the global environment in different countries, on the global market. And the next level, actually even a little bit lower, below, but last but not least, is, yeah, then after this, marketing can be defined in according to the different spheres into several types. Yeah. So we might have this like classical marketing when we speak about the paper flyers and paper magazines, and we can have also the digital marketing, which is everything, all the marketing, paperless, all the marketing processes that is created with the help of the internet and with the help of the electronic devices. Yeah. So here we comes to this digital marketing. Yeah. This is very, 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 very basic.
Okay, yes. Very good. As you mentioned, the global business has changed. Is it possible to forecast any changes in international marketing, something that should or could be done differently than in old days?
Yes, I think we can actually elaborate on this. There are different trends in marketing in general, and I will also might tell a little bit about the digital marketing trends, yes, a little bit later. So, first of all, yes, we already mentioned that actually the role of marketing rises again. The chief marketing officer at the moment becoming the very important part and very important person in the company, because even with the huge companies where everything was already operating very smoothly, this pandemic still influenced very, very much, and now they have to revise like everything. Yeah.
What is this everything?
Everything, they need to revise basically how they operate, and they need to revise their customers, the target audience, because the customer habits, the customer wishes, the customer needs, they might change. Plus, from the operational point of view, something might happen with the suppliers. Yeah, something might happen with the distributors, and this everything has to be taken into account. That's why you basically, yes, you're revising everything, and the strategy you revise because of the customer changes and customer habits. So yes, that was the first trend. The second trend, if I might
yes,
continue.
Sure. I wanted to specify that. How do you know that customers have changed, and how have they changed?
Yes, we will come there. First of all, at the beginning of 2020, so like before the pandemic, I was making the report about the consumer behavior, the prediction, the forecast for the 2020. And it was such a nice and sunny and fruitful forecast, how we all will become very, very, basically the main consumer habits that all the marketers were forecasting was that people will be, so the keywords was everything connected with the body positive, detox, sustainability, everything.
New kind of lifestyle.
Yes, lifestyle, everything on the go. So the customer of the 2020 is the person on the electric scooter with a smartphone in one hand, with a coffee to go in the other hand, and with the headphones here in the ears, everything on the go. So, and that was changing because market is supposed to understand that if before people might have like 15 seconds to see the ads, now they have 3 because they are kind of in a rush all the time. Everything is on the go. But there was the forecast was very positive. And with this pandemic, of course, people got stuck at home. Yeah, and everything that was actually needed before, new clothes, new cars, new fancy things, yoga, fitness, healthy lifestyle. I cannot say that it actually vanished, but
it's locked.
It actually, yes, we all got locked. Yes, so all the platforms and all the digital solutions that were actually digital, here's the keyword here, because the businesses who actually decided to go digital, they were on the growing trend of the market. And everything, so fitness now transferred to online, cooking now online, like food delivery. Food delivery was just skyrocketing. You have kids at home, they're not going to school anymore. You need to amuse them somehow. So all the online platforms that can help you, to amuse and engage your kids and yourself actually, So this is all about these consumer behavior changes, And when the market, I'm just at the moment scratching the surface because everything, of course, depends on the market, on the industry, and on the product because there are different consumer and target audience segments there. So basically, what I like about the new trend in the consumer and how it reshaped the thinking of marketing specialists is that now we basically understand that customers probably they don't need the car anymore, the car for the lifestyle. They need actually to get from point A to point B, and that is it, And I will go, if you will allow me later on this, because there is a specifically named marketing concept about this, which is called jobs to be done concept, with the help of this concept, we actually can understand more deep the wishes and the needs of our customers, not just scratching the surface as we were doing before in the traditional marketing. So, and the brands that respond quickly to these pandemic changes, they are the one winning. So you have to be always on trend. That's why marketing at the moment, is skyrocketing.
Changing
It's changing. Third trend about the marketing. I was not surprised. So this is not my investigation, but I know several huge companies that are making constantly these reports also about the consumer behavior changes, and this is the trend that I took from there, from the Deloitte 2021 consumer behavior report. So actually, and they launched and assembled a huge survey in 8 biggest countries like USA, UK, Germany, and they were asking customers how they are responding to this pandemic and how the brand's behaving. And basically, surprise, but 4 out of 5 customers, they actually they are tracking how their favorite brands respond to the pandemic, and they are waiting for the brand some positive response, meaning the brand, they want to see that the brand is actually announcing how it protects its employers. So not only about the customers, they want to see the humanity behind this brand voice. Exactly. Well, yes. Because the main focus, of these customers was exactly on how the brand actually responded from the sustainable and social point of view to these pandemic changes. And the customers, they expect brands to start solving their problems. They believe in us. Basically, they are waiting for the brands to help them to survive, to create this platform that will engage their kids, to create the fast food delivery. They have nothing else to rely on but to the brands, and this is so nice because it's opened up so much opportunities, for this market. So, not that I don't want to say that pandemic is something good. Of course not. It's a huge shock and stress for the industry and for all of us. But even in the darkest times, we can find something nice, to elaborate on and to move on,
And see who actually cares.
Exactly,
okay.
yes.
So, now your focus so far has been more on international and global marketing and the trends. What about the traditional approach? Do you think that any kind of changes forever may start now? Something that marketing is never the same again?
I think that due to this, pandemic, and due to the fact that everything is changing so quickly in a matter of 1 week. So if before, when the marketers were making the strategy, we were thinking in a matter of years. So we were thinking and planning like the long-term strategy, because the world, the market, the industry, the economy, the political situation was more or less stable. Yes. Sorry. Yes, it was more or less stable. And nowadays, we cannot forecast this anymore. Yeah, and here comes basically sort of change, because we cannot afford ourselves anymore the long-term marketing strategy. We have to plan shorter. We're taking one step, we're analyzing, we see what changes during these 2 weeks, yeah, how our consumers responded, how the industry responded, how our competitors responded, yeah, and then we take another step. So in the marketing sphere, it is called the agile marketing, yeah, so when you don't plan for the long term, but you are becoming much more flexible.
Taking some small
taking
bites.
small bites and analyze immediately. So the agile teams, they are very quick in making any decisions. So there is, I cannot say that there is no bureaucracy there, but yes, when it's a huge company, it's not like huge marketing department that respond to the big boss department, and this, due to this bureaucracy, any decision takes like months. No, it's like several small teams with their own responsibilities, and they have to react quickly. So the marketing is becoming agile. Yes.
Could we also kind of conclude that it makes it more risky, because we are less able to forecast? We are taking more like riskier steps to test it, to pilot it. Does it also raise the level of uncertainty, or not necessarily?
I think during the pandemic times, it actually reduces our level of uncertainty.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we would decide to stick with the previous strategy with the long term, that would be a risk. That would be the huge uncertainty, yeah? But yes, you always need to be ready to take a risk, no matter if it's agile marketing or traditional one. But when these small steps, actually, I think, my personal opinion, that we are actually reducing this uncertainty, because we are analyzing immediately after a short-term period how we actually performed. Yeah,
so the learning loop gets shorter and
shorter.
shorter. Yeah.
Yes, actually, I think we're learning even quicker here. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What about digital marketing? Anything you could see changing in digital marketing?
Yes, and yes. In general, there are like general trends, and then I will elaborate a little bit on the specific like, pandemic trends.
Great.
So the general trends of digital marketing, and I actually think that no matter if we will still have pandemic or not, this is our future. We will not go anywhere from these trends. So the artificial intelligence is already here, and it's just a matter of time when we will start using it more and more, and in the more and more fields. And at the moment, the industry is growing super fast, and I will elaborate later how actually marketing can use this artificial intelligence. Another trend is the voice search. Yes, because Alexa, for example, yeah, this magic box that actually understands everything that you are telling and ask her, she is able to do purchases for you. She's able to buy things for you as an owner, yeah? But at the moment, she is able, for example, to choose from the first 3 search results. So, and there are already marketing companies, they started already elaborating on this, and they are providing services for the brands, so how to be in these first 3. So Alexa actually can buy your product easier. So with this voice search, this is just one of the examples, yeah. Then there is the interactive videos. This is the next trend, mostly for advertising, yeah. So if before the video was just non-interactable, basically, we were just watching it and skipping it. Now it is possible with the help of different platforms and software, actually to install and to add into this video different interactive tools, the small surveys, the buttons, the links, something else. You can even create the scenario of the video. So there is a video going, and then you ask the customer, what do you want to how you want this product to
So
go
they're
next.
actively involved.
Actively involved.
Product
He's clicking
development.
and he's choosing the furthest scenario. Yeah. So because the banner blindness is not going anywhere. It's becoming even worse and worse. Yes. And as a marketers and advertisers, we need to interact with our customers. We need to engage them. We need to make them actually do something with our videos. So yeah, and the blockchain technology, of course. This is it's not going anywhere. Yeah. So
could you bring any examples, as it has been theoretical so far?
Yeah. About the artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
as I actually promised, yes. So the artificial intelligence can be used, for example, as chatbots. Yes, because if before when you're going to the website and you go to the chat, it was always the live person behind. Yeah. Now it's a chatbot that you can program, for example. Yeah. So here is the artificial intelligence as an example. Yeah. And another example that I already have here is how actually one of the biggest and well-known brands, IKEA, how to pronounce it properly?
For Finnish students, it's IKEA.
IKEA, yes, sorry. So how IKEA actually, due to this during these bad pandemic times when all the shops were either closed or there were very few people there, how you can actually reshape the position in a little bit of the brand, to show the people that first of all you care, and second of all that everything is not that bad. Yeah, so here
changes
comes
for good.
Changes for good. Here comes this brand voice and some brand positive attitude that the customers are actually expecting from the brands. Yeah. So this is just a 30 seconds video. Let's just have a look how you can reshape your positioning, yes, during these pandemic times.
Yo soy tu hogar y voy a estar para ti, aguantando todo lo que venga.
Yes, here we go. Basically, we had the opportunity with this IKEA new positioning to rethink actually that our home is not something where we're actually closed, where we're locked, due to all this bad pandemic, but this is something that was always making us feel good, something cozy and something nice. So let's revise all this concept. This is something actually amazing. Yeah,
feels great to be remembered or
yes, yes, right. So yeah, another way. So if we're because IKEA has a great product, and of course when you stay home, you have this like a connection how to make it more cozy, and you go and buy the IKEA pillow and so on and so forth. So, but what to do with the brands who actually are not that straightforward about this everything? Another strategy to go, and there were several brands that actually did it, is to start donating. Start showing to your customer that you cares about people who suffered. There were the people who actually got hit, the industries who got hit with this pandemic. Yeah, so you can provide something for free, some of your production for free to the people who actually need it. But the point is that all this positiveness around your brand due to this pandemic, this matters very much. Even if it's not that obvious from the first sight, but it is. It is, yes.
Sure. So let's have a positive example, one more kind of a very concrete example as well. In order to explain, you mentioned in the beginning jobs to be done concept, elaborating that the way we approach or the way we address and see and understand the products has changed, and marketers are in a position to change it in a very concrete and desirable direction, right?
Yes.
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 Could you please
Yes.
explain that more?
Yes, with the great pleasure. Yes. Very, very quickly, because usually the jobs to be done concept is not something super easy to grasp and to digest, but I will at least make
We have clever students online,
yeah.
so no worries about
Yeah,
that.
I mean, usually it's like the 2 days intensive something, but yes, let's speak about the basics. Yeah. So some marketers, they really think the jobs to be done concept will like reshape and change the marketing world. Yeah, there are some critics, of course, of this approach, but I actually think that this is not like 100% something that will definitely like change, and this is the only thing that you should, as a marketer, use. Of course not, but this is definitely
one way.
Yeah, one way. But this is definitely something to try and to take into account, because I tried it myself several times, and this is the approach that really works. So basically, let's try to think about the classical and traditional marketing. So when from the classical and traditional marketing point of view, we as a marketers, we usually think who is our customer. So when you ask about the target audience, this is usually who. There is a persona, avatar or persona portrait, So here is our Nancy, she's like 25, she's married, she buying online from 8 to 10 every day. So it's either this.
So we know for whom we
Yes.
develop the product, we know to whom we sell the product.
Yes, exactly. So either it's this very specific Nancy, or it can be even a little bit more abstract, like, yes, our target audience are like men from 24 to 30, and so on and so forth. So these classical, absolutely classical, traditional characteristics of the person. So this is the way the traditional marketing works. And this is actually why it works like this, because we as a marketers, we are trying to, yes, identify these characteristics of the target audience for only one sole purpose, to try to sell and position our product for the people with the same characteristics, hoping that they will buy it because they will see the need in it. Yes, so this is the general logic.
Seeing the need and feeling the desire is the core concept of marketing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the jobs to be done approach here is when we are not thinking, as in traditional market, who is our customer, but we are going a little bit more, I can say philosophical, but we are trying, yes, to understand why our customer buys our product. Or the second question is why our customer buy the product similar to ours. So we're not asking who, we're asking why. And when we start to ask why, actually, so let's just
take the example of Marcus.
Take the example, yes. Here comes Marcus. Welcome,
not
Marcus.
Nancy, but Marcus, yes.
Not Nancy, but Marcus, For example, here's Marcus. This is a classical marketing approach, traditional marketing, He's a real estate agent, he's 32, he's married, he has a kid, he lives in Tallinn, he has a car. So there are these traditional characteristics of Marcus. And now let's think, which of these characteristics that we just mentioned could be the reason why Marcus would buy a new electric scooter? Is it because he's 32? Is it because he has a kid, which is one of the way? Is it because he's married? Is it because he lives in Tallinn? So none of these characteristics could give us the absolutely straightforward answer why he would buy it.
Sure.
So yes, and but when we start thinking why why the person like Marcus could need an electric scooter, why? Because he actually probably need to move himself from point A to point B, And now, we, for example, is the company who is selling the electric scooters, If before we were thinking that we had these super detailed characteristics of people like Marcus, but it's not helping us. If we don't understand
the reasons,
why, the reason behind why they're buying it, because maybe if we understand that the people actually need, for example, to move themselves from point A to point B, then it's not just real estate agents. It can be, I don't know, hipsters, somebody else, any people, So in jobs to be done approach, the main assumption, the main question that we're asking is yes, why? When we're digging deeper, there is a specific formulation why it is actually called jobs to be done, because there is an assumption that the consumer always hires some product to perform a job for him.
Like washing machine?
Yes. So, and the main question here is, what is the job Marcus hires the electric scooter to do for him? And as soon as you find the answer to this question, here you go. There is of course, there's a framework and the concept behind this, how to actually, how to dig it, how to understand it, how to make these in-depth interviews with your consumers. But yes, this is the main question around this. And I really love this concept of jobs to be done because it really helps you to understand it. Actually, Marcus, wait a second.
Do we have any Marcus online?
Do we have any Marcuses online? Maybe he can tell us.
Marcus.
Yeah. So because at some point you actually understand that the people, they're not buying this. They're not buying the wheels and something else. They are buying the job that your product helps them to get done.
One job or different jobs for different people?
It can be different jobs. It can be different jobs. One job, different jobs, yes. And it's okay if you have a target audience segment and they have like 5 jobs. At the end of the day, you identify like 5 jobs because they can be different. There are different types of these jobs to be done there. And if your product covers at least one, it's already okay because the jobs can be very different, but you need to cover really this job. So yes, the Marcus is not buying the technical characteristic of the scooter, he's buying the job. He's buying the nice time spending for him, for his kid, or he can buy the scooter to help him move from point A to point B. There are different jobs, but not the technical characteristic of the scooter itself at the end of the day. Yes. Yes.
Okay, but a positive conclusion we made. So basically, marketing helps us to enjoy our life more because we can buy products to do the job for us.
Exactly. And this jobs to be done concept and the marketing itself at the moment can help during these pandemic times, can help the businesses really to review the needs of our customers. So the question was how to actually understand these new needs. When you actually apply this, one of the ways is to start, at least you can start with this jobs to be done concept to understand the needs of your customers. Yes.
Excellent. So dear students, what are your needs? To study? To buy something? I guess this is the discussion for everybody individually. Nevertheless, we are very happy for the time you spent with us. Thank you very much, Alina. Thank you very much for listening to us. And we are open for the questions now, in case there are any. So, Amanda, do you know if you have any questions? No questions.
Okay. It means that
you made it all so clear, which is good.
Which is good. Yes, we're very happy. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Just the last 5 seconds to type the quick question while we're still here. Otherwise, yes, stay positive and stay healthy. Take care of yourself and your beloved ones. And yes, thank you. Thank you.
And in case you want to know more about marketing, then one option is to start your studies in Estonian Business School.
Yes,
in Tallinn or Helsinki branch. Yeah,
and we will be one of the many specialists here who will actually teach you. So yes, welcome. We're waiting for you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Yes. Ciao. Have a nice day.